Good afternoon. This is Stephanie Edwards, and I'm back with another podcast this Thursday afternoon. And my topic that I'll be discussing this afternoon is about taking a leap of faith and trusting God, knowing that He is the author and the finisher of our life, and there's nothing impossible that He cannot do. My life is like a living testimony. I can tell you, day in and day out, He has never failed me yet. He is a never failing God. And the reason why I feel compelled to speak about this topic this afternoon, I've been seeing God working in my life. And I've been seeing where, from time to time, when you are hard pressed and you do not know where to turn, um, and you just call out to Him and ask Him, God, what should I do or where should I go? He's going to come through with an answer. Sometimes not the answer that you are looking for, but He's going to come through with the answer. And when He comes through with that answer, trust and believe it's going to be the right answer. Because, sometimes you have your mind set on something, or you want to do something, and God is saying, you know what, that's not what you're supposed to be doing, and that's not where you're supposed to go. This is where you're supposed to be going, and I have a better direction for your life. There's times we want to do things in our life, and we don't want to take that leap of faith to step out there, and because we feel intimidated, or you probably think this is not going to work out for me, and probably, all right, suppose you're out there right now and you want to start a business, and especially in this pandemic, you might be saying, God, I don't think it's going to work out. I don't want to start this thing and then I'm going to fail. What should I do? You're not going to know what to do until you actually start. Trust God, believe. I always said in life, if God take you to a foot of a cliff and tell you to jump, He's not going to let you fall. So He has two things in mind. It's either He's going to teach you how to fly, or He's going to catch you, but He's not going to let you fall. Sometime in life, we want to do certain things, and we don't want to go out there. You have to ask God, God, what is it that you want me to do? And He will direct you, because I know there's a lot of times in my life I've been wrestling with some things in my life and what I should do, and I've never known the answer. There's so many times that I really really wanted to do something, but I feel intimidated because I don't want to go out there, because I don't want to fail. As I always said, and my mama always said, if you want something, don't think God is going to come and knock on your door and said, here it is. For instance, you're looking for a job. You can pray as much as you want to and say, God, I need a job. But if you don't write those resume, and you don't send out those resume, and you don't go out there and you don't apply for those job, you're not going to get that job, because don't think God is going to come knock on your door and said, here is a job. Well, if He was doing that, a lot of people would be good. But I don't think He's doing that. What God is doing, He said, trust me, go out there, just walk by faith. You asked me to find this job. Well, no, go there. No, you're gonna put people in Jamaica would said, no, we're gonna put foot on our prayer, because we prayed. So now we are gonna go out there and trust that God is gonna provide that job for you. For instance, you might be wanting a job right now in a different field, or this is the field you think you might excel in, and God is saying, you know what, that's not the field that you're supposed to excel in. This is where you need to go. And if you go into that field where God is leading you, trust me, you're going to be successful. um I wanted to start school for a while, and I never know where to start, because I wanted to go to nursing school. And I'm looking back right now, I'm like, nursing school is going to take at least 3 years. I don't want to have the time to do that. I'm working full time. I do not have the time to go to nursing school. And I remember after COVID started, working from home, I was bored after work, sitting home, not doing anything, have the whole evening. And I said, you know what? I need to start school. And I'm like, God, what type of school can I go? Where can I go? What should I do? And I do not know how media school comes in my mind. I know I always want to be in the industry, but I don't know exactly what I wanted to do in the field. But I know I want to be in the industry. I'm too old now to go into acting, so I'm not even going to try that. But I know I wanted to be in the field somewhere. And I remember one day I was passing the media school, and it's like a bell just go off in my head, and it says, apply for the media school. I called, I went in, and I was accepted. And I'm there now doing and living my dream. And I've never been happier because the thing that they taught you there is basically what I always want to do. I always want to have my voice being heard because not that I talk a lot, but sometimes I have pressing topics that I wanted to get out there. And I think this is a platform that I can excel into. So right now I'm doing what I love. And I'm giving God thanks for it because it was His direction. And I know that He's going to take me further and further every day. So just saying that to say this, whatever you're wrestling with right now, just leave it to God. Just as I keep saying, step out in faith. God will take care of you. Sometimes it seems so impossible. Sometimes it seems that we are not going to make it because I know, especially right now in this COVID, there's so many uncertainty. We do not know what's going to happen to us. We do not know if you're going to keep your job. You do not know if you're going to keep a roof over your head. You don't know how long this COVID is going to last. But one thing I'm sure of, God says, He will never give us more than what we can bear. And one thing I know, I trust God. And I know for myself, He's a never failing God to me. He's a God who's always there. He always show up on time. He's an on-time God. He might not come when you want Him, but whenever time He come is just the right time. So sometimes don't lose hope, don't lose faith, and don't think it's not gonna work out. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm lost. This feel hopeless. Put it to God. Leave it to God. He said, whatever your cares and your burden is, take it to God in prayer, and He will direct your path. So don't feel disheartening. And know when you're living in an uncertain time, it can be so out-rendering. It can be so depressing. But all I'm saying to all my believers out there, and even my non-believers, learn to trust God. Because He said, if my people who have called by my name would humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their ways, then we will hear from heaven and He will heal this land. There's so many things going on in this world. There's so many hating. There's so many division. There's so many fighting. There's so many killing. God wants us to come together and live as one. When God was made in us, He made us into the likeness of His own image. He did not see color when He was made in us. He made us in the likeness of His own image. God just made men and women. He did not say, you black, you white, you Indian, you Chinese. He said, I'm making men and women. And He make us in the likeness of His own image. And we need to stop looking at colors. We need to stop looking, say you're black, so I don't like you, or you're white, so I don't like you. We are the same. If you cut us, it's the same blood is going to flow. And when we die, trust and believe your grave is not going to be different than mine. It's the same 6'6" we are going down in. Yes, you might be in a more expensive casket than the other person, but you are going under the same dirt. So we need to stop the division and come together and live together as one. You might be a doctor and I'm being a janitor. That doesn't make you much better than I am. It's just that you get a little more you're a little more fortunate than I am. And if there's somewhere in your life that you can help someone. Because sometimes when you help someone, you entertain angel in disguise. I know right now it is hard, and I know it seems there is no way out of this, but learn to trust God and he will direct our path. That is my message from this evening. I came to preach, but this is heavy in my heart, and this is what I have to say. Until next week, this is your girl Stephanie Edwards. Have a wonderful night.